Hello, Altman plants. Today we're going to be talking about merchandising our cactus racks, where to place them, and how to set them up. And the first thing you want to do is make sure that your placement is in a high visibility area where there's a lot of foot traffic. Here you can see as we enter the building, it's right in front of us as we're on our way to the garden center. So that way it's a nice impulse buy for people to stop and take a look at as their way to go look for other product. As we take a closer look at our rack, it's been shopped and we need to merchandise and clean it up. And so we're going to go through and remove the bad product and make sure that we make some nice clean rows as we go forward. Here you can see we've got some dried out, some old product that we need to get out of there. So here we've removed the bad product from the rack, and as we get a closer look, you can see this is where we've got some of the dying product and the dish gardens that we just want to get out of there. Nobody's going to want to purchase this. And then we've got some that are just getting dried out or that were a little overwatered in some places. But as you can see, we've also got some product that's just getting aged out, and it's getting a little crispy on the ends or discoloring. And so we're keeping the best stuff, but we definitely wanted to make sure that we get the bad product out. All right, so we've just gone ahead and cleared off the rack for now just because we want to reorganize after we've culled out the bad product. And you can see it's dirty, so we just want to go through and wipe it down. We want to keep these racks clean as we can so that, it's appealing to the customer. So we've cleaned our rack and we've moved our product onto our delivery racks so that we can kind of see what we've got available to be able to fill out our cactus rack going forward. As you're loading product, make sure you're using your gloves, and also with the trays, hold them from the bottom so that you can support them. So here's an example of our completed rack with just flatted product, and we've used our grafted on top with our deco underneath, then our cosmic cactus and succulent trays on the bottom. If you don't have enough product to do all trays across the whole shelf, try and do at least two. If you go to single flats of one product or another, they can get disorganized very quickly. But at least with two, you've got a whole half shelf of one product and another half shelf of another. So it's a little more appealing to the customer. So another couple things to note when you're dealing with the flats of product, to make sure that the tags are on there and that they're facing forward. And if you can, when you have a full flat, if you notice all the colors are going to make nice clean rows going across from left to right, so it just looks more appealing as you come up to the rack. So here's an example of our merchandising with dish gardens. And we use the top two shelves to showcase the dish gardens that we received. And as you can see, we've got nice clean blocks of them. You want to avoid having just one row of one product and one row of another, because you want it to be appealing to the customers as they approach. As we go down, you can see that we used flatted product underneath. And the reason for that is because then when you're merchandising the lower shelves, it's easier to pull the whole flat out and organize it and then put the tray back. Whereas with the dish gardens on top, they're all individual, and it's, a little bit trickier to do that when they're on the bottom shelves. So let's take a moment to talk about watering. And here you can see where the soil is getting pretty dried out. It's starting to separate from the plant a little bit. This is where you definitely want to get some water on them. As they progress and get worse, you'll start to see it really separate from the pot itself. And this is where you really got to get some water on them or you're going to start losing product. And this can vary from store to store depending on location, if you have a greenhouse or not, and the heat. So there we have it. A couple examples of how to merchandise your cactus racks, where to put them, and how to take care of them. Thank you.